welcome back to Light Talk, where the paranormal and the supernatural is a part of our everyday lives. We have a guest today. Again, I'm very excited to have her here. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So, welcome to the show and introduce yourself.
Thank you so much, Dana, for having me here. And it's an honor to be here. My name is Parul P. Agarwal, and I'm a tarot reader. I'm a numerologist. I'm also a past life regression therapist, hypnotherapist, and a theta healer. I've been in this field for more than 15 years now.
Awesome. And today we're going to be talking about some numerology today, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and find out where did you or when did you start all of this? How did all
Okay.
of this start?
So all right. So it started in the childhood itself when it was simply a curiosity or a definitely pull towards the sciences. So I was very much intrigued by the zodiacs, by, the hand reading, the palm readings, and, um the normal forecast that we used to hear, and I used to wonder how these things can come so true and how these things relate to us. So that habit, that curiosity led me to start reading books. And when I grew up, first did my tarot course because I was very fascinated by the cards. I did it as a hobby initially, and I started doing it for my friends and family. And later, when everybody started resonating with the readings, they asked me that, why don't you do it on a professional level? Why don't you do it for the other people as well? It's going to help them. And that's how I got into it. And then first I did tarot, then numerology, and then later on more sciences.
That is awesome. So, what has been your most exciting area to be working with?
I would say that, I find all these sciences very, very intriguing, very interesting, because even after all these years, I feel that there is so much knowledge and there is so much to learn from each modality. It's like I'm a forever student, I'm forever learning. And so it depends upon, what kind of issue I'm dealing with. Based upon that, I decide that, what I'm fascinated with. So in case there is some person who is dealing with a blockage, then I'm more fascinated with the past life regression. In case somebody has come to me for some prediction, then definitely I find numerology very fascinating, and I use that most of the times. Other than that, for guidance issues, for feelings issues, if you want to know about certain, if you want to make certain decisions, if you want to understand somebody's feelings for you, then I find tarot very fascinating. And of course, then there is theta healing, which helps me in rewiring our brains and working on our belief systems. But all of, just to name one, out of all these things, I would pick past life regression, because obviously, past life regression is like it's something very mystical. It's something very beautiful, and every time we regress someone to, visit their past life, we find some another fascinating story, or something interesting to, find out.
So, what was your most intriguing past life you've done?
Um, One of the most intriguing past life. Okay. I would say I remember one. I Yeah. So I remember one case in particular, wherein just a sec. Yeah, wherein there was this person who had come to me, who was grieving his son's death. Okay. So this person came to me and he was like very, very low, because obviously his son had passed away, and he told me that his son was 21, and all through his life his son was handicapped. Okay, so he wanted to understand what his karma was with his son, because of which he had suffered so much mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially. So we did his past life regression, and we found out that in one of the previous lives, the son was actually the best friend of this person. And we found out that this person, the father, had, you know, dumped him in the business. Okay. And he took away his money, hard earned money. He ran away with his hard earned money. Okay. So what happened was that his friend had to suffer mentally, emotionally, financially, and physically because his business was all dumped. He was not able to gather the finances for his daughter's wedding. So, in this lifetime, just to settle the karmic score and just to repay, the whole thing, this friend had turned out to be his son who was physically handicapped. Okay. So, not only did he, that led the father to, take care of him physically, mentally, emotionally, financially. So he could invest everything in that son. And in that 21 years, once their karma was settled, the son passed away. So it was a very, very profound case, because knowing that story, the father was in deep, because the realizations had a transformative effects on him. He could understand all through his life. He felt that he was the victim. Okay. But when he saw things, from his own eyes, and he found out the truth, it was a very, very shocking revelations for him that actually it was him who had you know made the other person suffer so much in the past life. So cases like that always intrigue me, and they make me, so such kind of stories, such kind of truths always fascinate me, and they make me think more deeply about life and the karmic things.
Yeah. So have you spoke with this gentleman after this? So to find out how he is now, is he like a better
I
person
talked to him
now?
once. So as a like post therapy, we do talk and we do check on our clients. So I talked to him once because I didn't want to invade into his privacy too much. So as a part of the post ritual, post session, I did talk to him, and he said that this revelation has been very, very transformative for him, because his whole perspective about life, about his son, changed after that.
Nice.
So he stopped seeing himself as a victim after that. So that was a deep revelation. And he said that maybe now it will be easier for me to understand, accept, and move on in life. Yeah.
Nice. Good job. High
Thank you
five.
so much. Yeah, it is. It is. I feel so blessed that God has chosen me as a channel for all these people to be able to connect with their past lives, and, know their stories, know their root causes, release the blockages. So it's a wonderful thing to be.
Yes, it is. And it's very, very powerful as you just explained.
Yes, it is. Indeed, it is. Because not only the clients are transformed, the therapist who is all along with with all these people, So with every case, I feel that I grow a little bit more.
Yes. Yes. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That's so cool. So you do numerology. So how would you explain numerology?
I would say numerology is basically a science of numbers. Okay. So if we realize and if we notice someday We are surrounded by numbers all the time. So it's like when we are born on a particular date. Okay. Then there are 7 days of the week and we are born on a day. So it's like, whichever day. So it has the day also has a number to it. Okay, then uh, when we grow up, we go to a school, okay, and for everything we have been assigned admission numbers, and then we are given roll numbers, and then we grow up and, we have a birthday, we use a mobile, that is also a number. So it's like we are surrounded by numbers all the time, and whether we realize it or not, each number has a frequency and they are affecting us in some way. So, numerology is basically a science in which we understand how these frequencies are affecting us and how we can use these frequency to help us rather than, so it help us to identify our strengths, our weaknesses, and it also help us in deciding that, which path we should follow. Because if we are aligned with our path, then definitely, those things starts working in our favor. But if we are not, then these things starts creating resistance or obstacles in our lives. Yeah,
Yeah. Wow. It's a lot in numerology, isn't there?
it's true. It's true. It's a lot in numerology.
So does numerology kind of go into astrology? Is that kind of
uh,
intertwined a bit?
I would say, see, astrology is a different modality because astrology is all about the study of stars and planets at the time we were born. Okay. So when we were born, the stars in our constellation, they were in a particular position at a particular place. Okay. So what astrology does is that we have that roadmap of, that position of those stars and those timings, which we call as the horoscope. Okay, and based upon those positions, we are able to decipher, what is the life purpose, what is the life path of a person. So astrology is a different science. Numerology, I would say, is totally a different modality. They are not interlinked with each other. However, I feel that be it any modality, somehow, they all kind of, point things in the same direction. So it's like different rivers branching out, but yet meeting the ocean at some point in time. That is
Okay.
what I felt. Yeah.
Okay.
So they are
Awesome.
not, so it's like, be it numerology, be it astrology, or be it tarot, these things will not oppose each other, rather they will work, in alignment with each other.
So it's good to have different skill sets to work together to make a broader, more open.
Exactly. Exactly. You said it absolutely right. It's important to know different modalities because with each modality, we uncover a deeper layer to your psyche or your personality. So that gives us an additional layer, that gives us additional information about your life. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh boy. So you have been working with all of these for so long,
Yeah.
and um I just lost my question. Okay. So we're going on.
It's okay.
um
I understand.
um so with numerology, you were going to read my birthday for us today. So we're not going to say my birthday.
Okay. So, what do you can let me know about your birthday, first of all? When is your birthday?
um it's in November.
Hmm. And
So
date?
November 1st
Wow. Okay.
in 1970.
1970, 70.
Yes.
Okay. So 1/11/1970. Okay. So that tells me that your personality number is 1. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about one number first of all. Okay, so one number is ruled by the planet Sun. Okay, and now if we look at our solar system, also Sun is the central planet, and all the planets, other planets rotate around Sun. So the people who are ruled by number one are also like the Sun. Okay, they have leadership qualities. They are very ambitious. Uh, they have an aura of their own. Okay, they are very authoritative. They are mostly disciplined in their work. Okay, because these people like to do things as per their own rules and regulations. So one number people are not followers, they are leaders. Okay, and one number people are usually charismatic. So just like Sun is the main, the center of the universe, like center of the solar system. Similarly, one number people like to have their own position and their own place wherever they go. They are not the ones who will chase people. They are not the ones who will, you know, um, unnecessarily get into or meddle with other people's lives. Okay, they like to have their own place, their own position. They like to have their own belief system, and anybody who doesn't align with their belief system, they don't mind letting them go. Okay, so if I combine, your month also 111. So now 111 in numerology, it's like an angel number. Okay, it is like, even if you see the year, the day 111 or 1111, they are considered as important dates in the whole year, because it is said that 111 or 1111 are like portals. Okay, portals of some new beginnings in your life. Okay, so 111, it means that these people have the potential to transcend whatever life purpose or whatever obstacles they are born with. Okay, so you people have a divine purpose to transcend your limitations and move into a phase where there is a spiritual awakening, and you find your purpose and you're aligned with that. Okay, so it's like you people are special souls who have been given this divine duty. Okay, to move beyond the limitations you have. Okay, and if you do that, okay, if you do that, then definitely you are able to pursue your divine purpose, and not only that, you are very successful in whatever you do, because then the angels itself starts helping you. They will guide you and in your path. So have you kind of experienced certain things like that, or do you agree with that? That do you really feel that you have a special purpose on this earth, or maybe there is a certain pull that you feel sometimes?
Have the podcast here is one of them. I was pulled
Wow.
into this. I am being led into a direction right now.
Hmm.
And I'm working towards doing that. So I'm looking for sitters to help me out with dream
Hmm.
readings and clarifying emotions.
Okay.
So I'm looking for people like that now so I can
Wow.
move into that purpose. So that's where I'm at this point. So I'm working towards getting this all up and running by 2027, by December
Amazing.
2027. So
Yeah. So, see, that's the beauty about numbers, that if you start following the path, if you do what your frequency or what your path is telling you, if you follow your intuition, then definitely you will find the divine support also, and you will see that things will start manifesting effortlessly. That is the beauty of numbers. So if we are aligned with, let's say, I'll just give you a quick example for this. Let's say we have just talked about one number, okay? And I said that one numbers are leaders, they are not followers. Okay. So now I'll give you an example that there was this person who once came to me, and they were again a personality number one. Okay. And he was doing a job wherein, he was being dominated by his boss. He was miserable at his job and he was not enjoying that job, but he was just stuck because of the finances. So I advised him that, you are number one. Okay. So obviously, if you are going to, act like a follower, you will not be happy. Okay, because it's not in your core nature. So I would suggest that, even if you there is some certain financial issues, you can start something in the as a option, and then once that work starts to flourish, then you can leave this job and become, you can take care of your finances. So he did exactly same thing. He started something of his own with his friend, okay, as a in the meanwhile. And the moment they started gaining confidence and the moment their sales started becoming better and the finances became better, he left his job. And then he told me, that ma'am, you were so right. Because once, he was aligned with his path, once he was aligned with the frequency of the number he was at, he could get success in his work, because then he could use all his energy towards, nurturing something, creating something. That is the thing. So that
Yes.
is why numerology and these sciences are so important.
Yes. Awesome. Awesome. I love that part.
Yeah. you
It
know uh,
does.
real life cases are stranger than fiction. So it's like when you meet such people and when you see such things happening, then it reinstills your faith in the divine and all these modalities.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, it'll be fun. I'm excited to move forth in this and start practicing and getting some as I call myself, I'm not quite seasoned yet, so I'm working on getting the spices and all into what I do.
I
So
understand.
I'm yeah, so I'm working on the seasoning of it. So yeah, just practicing and getting all that
And I'm
going. So
sure, along the way, you will find the divine purpose. When you will meet some interesting people, you will understand exactly why the divine wanted you to start this podcast and why you were meant to do this. Because
yes,
somewhere your growth is aligned with that.
I feel that. I really feel that. I because when I started this, I had no idea anything about podcasting, and I've learned a lot about it, and I'm still learning always. And the people I've had on here have been just fantastic. My subscribers are fantastic. So I love them all. And it's been such a joy to do all this. So, if nothing else, this is where I'm at.
Oh, so sweet. That's so nice.
Yeah.
That's
So, it's been
amazing.
so much fun. It's been a lot of fun. It's
Yeah.
so awesome.
Yeah. Definitely, I can resonate with that. And in my life also, I have also experienced that every time I have followed my gut instinct, every time I have followed my intuition, I have been led to a path that was more aligned with the purpose I have. And that is, so now I feel my purpose is all these sciences, helping people, healing people, and helping them find their own path, teaching them, coaching them, you know. So now I certainly feel that following my intuition has definitely helped me.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah. Oh, someday I will be there. I will be there.
Surely, surely. You're most
Yeah.
welcome.
It's all in the right timing, right? It's all in
Yeah,
the perfect timing. So just
you're absolutely right.
waiting patiently.
Mm, definitely.
So with numerology, numerology goes into alphabets too, I understand, correct?
Yes. Yes.
So
Every alphabet has a number or a frequency too.
Yeah, yeah. So if you did like my first name,
Hmm.
what would you get?
See, your name starts with D, okay? And D
Mhm.
corresponds to number 4. Okay? Now, phone number in numerology is ruled by the planet Rahu, or the North Node that you say in English. Okay? So now phone number people are usually very organized people. They are very logical, and phone number people are usually skeptics. Okay? So they will not like to believe something unless or until they will experience it. So, you have to tell me if that is true about you.
Somewhat, somewhat. Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's
somewhere
good.
it's like it's not that they don't believe in occult sciences, or it's they do, but then even in that occult sciences, they need to have their own logical reasoning to be able to to be able to believe that. So they are not one of those who will get convinced just by the hearsay. So they like to have their own evidences, they like to have their own beliefs that backs them before they kind of buy some theory.
You can say in some instances that would work. That
Yeah.
resonates in some. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So that's how our names, whatever frequency, the name main name frequency that comes, that's how these little things starts defining our character, our nature, and they form some parts of us, and all these things constitute little parts of us, which then define our whole being.
yeah. I can go with that.
Hmm.
Awesome. Thank
Okay,
you
like
for doing that.
yeah, so I would like to give you an example to all the viewers here. For example, my name was first Parul Agarwal. Okay, I used to simply write Parul Agarwal, and that number corresponded with number 9. Okay, so number 9, although it is aligned with my life path number 9, but it didn't do much for my career, because number 9, although they are passionate, but they're also aggressive people. So somewhere, a double nine was not kind of helping me much in my career. But then I changed my name spelling, and I added a P, additional P to my name, and I started writing my name as Parul P Agarwal, which corresponded to the number 3, which is Jupiter. And Jupiter is a planet of healing, Jupiter is a planet of expansion, wisdom. And the moment I did that, I was able to learn theta healing. I was able to learn past life regression. I was able to learn hypnotherapy. So, all these healing sciences I could undertake only after changing my name. And also, the wonderful thing that happened was that after I changed my name to Parul P. Agarwal, I also started teaching these sciences. Okay, so this is the kind of change once one can encounter once they change the frequency of their name, because based upon which frequency their name is at, that kind of defines if they are in the say in, if they are aligned with the profession or not. If they are aligned with the profession, then definitely it will give them success in their work. If they are not, then again, it will create some sort of sadness, resistance, or some sort of obstacles in their life.
Would this have to be a name that is changed legally as a birth name or just changing it for like a business?
Okay, so like in India, I do not ask my clients to change their name legally, although that would be the preferred thing. But we do not ask people to change their name, because what happens is that in India, the whole legal procedure is so complex and difficult, and sometimes it is not just feasible for everybody to change their name legally. So what I ask them to do is that what they can do is I tell them and suggest them ways in which they can still change their name, and they do not change it legally, but somehow by using it more often, by using it in social media, by using it everywhere wherever legal documents are not required. Okay, so that way the energy of the new name can move faster, and they can experience the changes in their life. So if you talk about me also, I have not changed my name legally, but I always call myself as Parul P. Agarwal only. And since the day I have changed my name, you won't believe, in the first month only I got my first award. So that's the power of a name change.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good job.
So I was working for so long, but I never got a recognition for my work. But the moment I changed my name, within a month I got my first recognition. So that's
That's
the
wonderful.
beauty of these things. Yeah, that's the beauty of all these things.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Wow. Ah. So, have you done a past life of your own?
See, past life regression, I cannot do on myself, but I have to get it done through somebody else. So, yes, I have got my past life regression done many times.
So, what was the most, if you don't mind saying, what was the most impressive and what was the most not so impressive?
Okay, so I have got a lot of past life regressions done. Okay, so I clearly do not remember most of them now because obviously there were too many lives that I have seen. But I would say that, impressive in a way that I have been able to conquer two of my most the phobias I had. First phobia was the phobia of swimming. I feared water. I had a hydrophobia. And second, I had a fear of driving. Okay. So both these fears I could conquer with my past lives regressions, because in one of the past life, I saw myself drowning. And because of which, that memory was still stored in my subconscious, because of which I still feared water. But when I released that fear, when I released that memory from my subconscious, then I was able to learn swimming. So that was the first thing that I achieved through past life regression. And then, secondly, for driving, I saw in one of the lives, I was driving a car, and there was an accident because of which my family died. And I carried that intense guilt of, I took that guilt of killing my family members, although it was unintentional. But because of that, I feared driving so much. So now the good thing is that after all these years, I have restarted driving. So these days, I'm learning driving again. So hopefully, this time I will be able to learn and be a successful driver.
I'm sure you are.
Thank you.
So, with the past lives, I have had a past life regression, just a very short one, but
Wow.
enough to know that my fear of heights came from a
Wow.
past life.
Oh my God. That's amazing. In
So
fact, I had conquered one more fear. That was the fear of going to the hills. So that also I could conquer with my past life regression. So, yes, I can totally relate with you that you can conquer your fears with these sessions. So, what did you see
doesn't
when you saw your life?
in that life, I saw myself in like the 1800s,
Okay.
and I was walking into town,
Hmm.
and next thing I was in the general store buying a rifle.
Oh my
And
God.
then yeah, yeah. So I'm assuming that I had no guns in my possession or anything like that. So I was that type of person. And then I saw myself walking back out of town, going in the same direction, just one straight shot there. The next scene I had was I was in a tree and I'm looking out over like the prairie, and behind me, I was hearing the men behind me just chattering. And
Mm-hmm.
then next thing, my head in this life, my head was getting really heavy and falling. And that's
Mm.
when I was hung. So I don't know
Oh.
what all I did, but
Mm.
I have the feel it had something to do with my wife and
Mm.
another man.
Okay.
Whether,
So
yeah,
so I believe that this life was incomplete. So it's like if you want to revisit this life, then in past life regression, we can specifically go to the same life again, wherein you are able to see the rest of the story.
okay,
Yeah, that is
would be cool.
possible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be cool. Yeah. Like say it was just a real short, like 10-15 minute thing, but
Yeah.
it was very interesting. Very
It is.
interesting.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. I can see. Yeah.
So now I want to face this fear and I want to go up in a hot air balloon. So,
Oh, so sweet. That's like it. So, see, that is the benefit of these therapies that you are able to conquer your fears. You're able to release your blockages, rewire your brains and your belief systems. Because somewhere, because of these things, we are unable to move forward in life.
yeah. Yeah. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm
it
excited.
will be fun. Yes. Yeah, I can
Yeah.
understand that.
Yeah. So, um, can you explain any more of like maybe the tarot? We can go into the tarot now. So you have these cards and um each card tells you a certain thing
Yes.
and there's like suits and all with tarot.
Hmm. So there are four suits in tarot, okay, and each suit represents an element. Okay, so basically, tarot is a set of, I can show you the cards. So, this is like a tarot deck I have right now. Okay, so tarot deck basically is a set of primarily 78 cards, although each deck is different, but the main deck, which is the Rider Waite deck, which we start with, usually has a set of 78 cards, out of which that is divided into major arcana and minor arcana. Okay, and in major arcana corresponds to all the major happenings of your life, whereas minor arcana responds to the daily things or the minor things of your life. Okay, and so it's like the minor arcana is again further divided into four suits, and each suit represents an element. Okay, that is earth element, water element, air element, and the fire element. So these are the four elements, whereas the major arcana represents the soul element. So major arcana represents all those events in your life that will help in your soul progress. Okay, all those times where our soul progressed even more, little more. Okay, so that is how the tarot classification is done, and based upon the element, each suit has a certain essence to it. For example, if you talk about the fire element, okay, that is represented by the wands suit in the tarot. And just like fire represents passion, fire represents energy, fire represents enthusiasm, courage, okay, transformation. Similarly, the suits of wands also, all these, there are 14 cards in each element, okay. So the wand elements also represents the courage of a person, the enthusiasm of a person, the initiations, their ideas, their way of working, and the kind of passion they have for their work. So all those things are determined by the fire suit or the one suit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that makes a little more sense. I'm in the process of trying to learn tarot. A friend of mine
Hmm.
is trying to teach me, and I'm
Okay, that's amazing.
I'm working on it. So
Yeah,
yeah, pretty
it's a beautiful
interesting.
meetup.
And so how do you work with oracle cards along with tarot, or is it just kind of more strictly tarot?
No, no, I do work with oracle cards along with tarot because oracle cards are basically guidance card, or you can say channeled cards. Okay, so each author who has developed a deck, they have created an oracle set based upon their intuition and based upon the channeling they have got from the creator. Okay, so it's like an oracle card gives you more depth or more insight into a reading. Okay, and it lets you know that in your situation, what is the angelic guidance in this situation, or what is it that you are supposed to do. So they act like a guidance card, and they add an additional layer to the reading. It adds more depth to the reading.
So you combine them when you do readings. You combine the two
Yes.
cards.
Yes. Yeah, so
Awesome.
it's like, so there are tarot readers who uses a lot of text in their readings, and some use only one. So it's like it's to each his own. There is no particular guidelines for how many tarot decks that you should use while doing a reading. It is purely based on the intuition of the reader, that how many decks they are drawn to and how many decks they want to start to do the reading. But that does not in any way undermine the reading of. So it's like a person who's using one deck and the person who is using four deck. That does not mean that the reading with the four deck is more superior than the reading of one deck. It is upon the skill of the reader. So if in case a person is experienced, attuned with the creator, then even with a single card they're able to decipher beautifully. So it is like a very very instinctive and a distinctive thing for each tarot reader.
Awesome. That's great
Yeah.
too. That's awesome. Yeah. So wow. I think we've kind of hit everything. Is there any other things that you would like to speak of that we haven't?
I just looked at the clock and it said 8 8. Okay, now 8 8 is another angel number. So now 8 8 tells me that the angels are happy with this podcast. They are happy with the way we have discussed things, and they are giving us a green signal that they have kind of enjoyed our show.
Good.
So it's a positive sign, from the universe. So I would just say that all those people, just want to, conclude this by saying that all those people who fear these therapies, who hesitate to get into these modalities, I have to just tell them that you do not have to fear anything, because if you are meant to get a guidance, then trust the universe that you will get the signs and you will get the guidance that will help you to move forward in life. And these modalities will help you to release your blockages, to help you to take better decisions, better choices in your life. And also, it will help you to face all those things that you have been in denial, I would say. And also, you will be able to face a lot of fears and a lot of shadows. Yes. So, I would say do not fear anything. Just go to a reader or go to any expert that you trust, and then leave it to the expertise of that person, that you are in the best hands, and then trust that you will be taken care of.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm finding out. I'm seeing that a lot more now in my journey, and doing a lot more trusting now. I'm doing a lot more inner work right now. Um, so I feel like things will start moving a little bit more now.
Yeah.
Yeah, just by
So it's like there are times when few clients tell me that, we consulted somebody and, so tarot didn't answer, or maybe tarot is wrong. So I have to tell everybody that no modality is wrong. Every modality is extremely beautiful and it is extremely relevant. It's just that maybe you have, you know encountered, or maybe you have gone to a wrong person who was not yet well equipped, or maybe who was not that experienced to be able to guide you in the right way. So there are times when people, go to beginners and, they compromise on, because it's a little cheap reading, and then they later come on that, the whole modality is wrong. So it's not that. You have to. So it's like, just like we are very particular and conscious when we choose the doctor, just like we are particular when we choose our teacher, when we to choose our mentor. Okay. Similarly, we have to do a little homework and then choose our expert, our therapist, our healer, or our reader. Okay. Once you have that trust on that person, then definitely universe will make that person like a channel, and you will get the guidance meant for you.
follow the path.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. Well, that was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being with us today. I so much information about this stuff and just a beautiful world within the cards and numbers and all. I've touched on a lot of it and
I
it's
enjoyed it too.
yeah, it's very interesting. So thank you so much for being with us today.
It's welcome.
If anyone out there has any stories you would like to share, email me lighttalk423@gmail.com and let's get connected. And we'll see everybody next time. Bye.
Bye bye.